Happy New Year, everybody. So I am, you can see the big mess that I have on my work area that I am making different embellishments and tags and things like that for my New Year's junk journal challenge that I made for myself for 4 days. So this is day 3. So I have today and then tomorrow is my finish. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to do a flip through of what I have been able to do in 4 days. I wasn't going to do any filming of embellishments, but I just had to do this one because these little I make little paper art doll things because they make me happy. And I found this in the bottom of the bin, and it was some printouts that I had made a while ago, and I didn't even know they were in there. So I cut a face out, and then I used a calendar, a little piece of a calendar to make her body. But I was thinking about how I wanted to use these, and this is where the doll idea came from. So these are like vintage sewing things, and they come with the hook and eye, right? So there's your hook, and that's the little thing that it would hook into on the back of a shirt or something like that. And so I was thinking that these would be really cool arms and feet. And what I mean by that is, here's her little foot and here's her little arm. So I will be able to use these to make her. And so I was just gonna see how far I could get and show you how I make her. So so yeah, super excited about it because these things make me happy. So anyway, so like I said, I cut her face out. I glued it onto a piece of thicker calendar, leftover calendar. So what I would usually do, and I've done some videos on this before, but I usually will embellish her body or paint on it. I'm not going to paint on her body because the calendar art was actually okay. I think it was some type of impressionistic landscape or something. But I will embellish her body a little bit. So I'm going to just do a little bit of gluing. And I set my glue aside? So I'm going to actually just collage a little tiny bit, not too much, on her body. And like I said, I'm only using things that are found in that bin. So with the exception of course, I'm going to use, to make it a little crooked on her, or maybe make it straight. The exception of using jump rings. So I'm going to put I need jump rings to attach these little pieces to her. And I've never done it with these pieces before, so we'll just see how that goes. This is a little strip cut off for one of the other things I made. I made an envelope out of a painted book page that I found in there. So this was a piece of that. I'll just put that across there. It's hard to see, the lighting isn't great right now, but it's kind of pretty purple paper. And then cut this, trim this off. So that's what I call her body done at this point. I could ink around the edge, so maybe actually I'll do that before I continue, just to give it a little definition. The other thing is I usually will give them hair, so I need to figure out what I want to do about that. How am I going to give her hair? And then I usually will take her and put her on a paper clip, so she becomes a paper clip doll. All right, so body is finished. Next would be, I use a 1/16 inch punch, but you could use a 1/8 inch punch. And I'm going to punch holes for her shoulders or her arms. Punch holes for her arms. Right under her head. that's good. They don't need to match up because she's just a cutesy doll. And then 2 for her legs, or her feet in this case. So I am just eyeballing it. Don't really measure. Hopefully I get them pretty centered in the bottom. And then now I'm going to take my tools for my jewelry, and what I pulled out were jump rings. Let's see if I can see these. Again, I am here just inspired, but I don't have my glasses, so I'm actually just going to open the jump ring and attach one of the arms to her body. I'm just opening the jump ring and then closing it, trying not to catch her body in it. It can be a little bit fiddly. Alright, so that's one little arm, like that. Next arm, and actually, you know, and I'm the kind of, you know, I don't really match up my jump rings either, so I have actually pulled out 2 copper ones and silver one. Oops, wrong part of the jump ring here. There we go. Arm and arm. I think there is, oh, see, her arm fell out already. I didn't have it close enough. So I try to have to get them back to center so they don't fall out. They are a little bit fiddly. So let's try this one again. All right. All right. Let's try this. I'm actually going to turn a different light on here. If it's plugged in. Oh, it's not plugged in. I will go with what I got then. All right, so trying one more time. Keep it close. All right, so 2 arms that she has now, and then 2 little feet. And the other things I pulled out, these are really tiny. I don't know if it will zoom in here, but these are leftover pieces of eye pins. When I cut the eye pin, I have a little piece of the pin left, and I actually twist them up into these little teeny tiny dangly things, and those are fun. And I was actually going to put those, I think, on the end of her little arms now, so they'll look like hands, but I won't do that in this video because I do not have more jump rings. I only pulled out 4 of them. So she is going to be in my junkie journal. She'll be my New Year gal. I'll have to give her a name. Oh, and I put her leg on backwards. So live and learn, people. I needed to be careful about how I placed her piece there. All right, here we go. Trying to find the center without my glasses. All right, so this is the front, and this is the front. Just getting in the right orientation. So really, all you need is a little face. You know, it can be a magazine face or printed out. There she goes. One's right and one's wrong. But that's what it would look like. And then the little pieces of cardboard or paper. And you have a doll. And you don't even need to make the dangles. A lot of people don't have jewelry making stuff. I used to do a lot of jewelry making, so I have a bunch of stiff. All right, so let's do this again. We're going this way, and her foot is going this way. And I think it's fun when you actually figure out how to use your stuff. Oh, and our arms fell out. All right, well, I'm going to have to figure that out. The other arm fell out. So I'll need to figure that out, but I thought it would be fun to try it, at least. And so there she is. A little bit fiddly, but she'd lay flat on a page because you'd put her on a paper clip. Okay, actually I am going to resume, but I had to get new jump rings because I compromised the old ones. But you can see, like, here she is, the little feet and her little arms, and I did attach the little pieces on the end for hands. And then the last thing I would do is actually do hair. So this was part of this baggie full of pieces. So I thought I might try, this is like a pink, I think it's a yarn or something, and I am going to see if it will go around her head for hair. I could fiddle with it. There's also this piece, which is more like an off-white tulle looking thing, but this is fun. This one looks really cute. So what I'm going to do is just glue around her head like this, almost to the sides of her eye, because the little hair will go down that far. There we go. A bit too much on there. And then I usually start and fiddle with it to get it to go around in a circle, just dabbing with my fingers. Just pushing in, and it just very barely sits at the top of her head. Like that. Looks like cornrows. Cornrows. Like that. Isn't she cute? She just has her own personality now. And there she is, my little New Year girl.